and I'm happy to introduce our next speaker. This is Sergey. Hey, Sergey. Hello. We
Yes, hi
can
Julie.
see.
Hi. Hi.
How are you today?
Fine, fine. And you?
Very good, very good. We are
Nice.
traveling to Kyiv right now. Where are you based?
In Moscow, actually.
Okay, that's good. We are ready for your presentation.
Thank you. Okay.
Over to you.
Yeah, thank you. So, good day, ladies and gents. So, yes, my name is Sergey Zhukovskiy. I'm a CS business development and marketing manager from SocialPeta. I'm responsible for all the CS like actions or whatever. So we're going to go through like a presentation. I hope it's going to be not that boring for you. We're going to talk about some statistics, trends, analytics, and strategies for mobile game industry. And we jump into it. Yeah, so about the content. So we're going to go through like mobile game ad insights for the first half of this year. Also the major ad markets review for 3 countries, which are actually US, China, and Russia. Also, at the third step, we're going to talk about the top game ad analysis. We're going to talk through like the STG casual games and others, and a few words about the SocialPeta. So the first one is about the mobile game ad insight for the first half of this year. So actually, there are over 38,000 active advertisers. This is higher than the first half of previous year by 176% actually. And also, which is the main point, is that SLG games stand strong with more than 1,000 creators per average advertiser. So a few of analytics, according to the COVID that remains a global threat. It's also an opportunity that lies in mobile game players, and it's still a challenge when all major game developers work harder. So we need to get ready for changes at any time. So here we can see that, yeah, with the comparison of the active creators and active advertisers year to year. So first half of previous year and the first half of this year. So we see that the active advertisers, the number of active advertisers still the same, I would say more or less, but the number of active creatives are still much more this half of this year of the year than the previous one. So you see the increase is over 150%. So that is too much. Yeah. So we also, this is a made buying overview of the first half. So you can also see the active advertisers, the trend, how they work this half of the year, and also the creatives. We see the peak approximately in April, and also in February, and then a slight decrease in closer to the summer season. So if we talk more about the types of creatives, we can say that video remains the mainstream type, up by 17% from last year. Also, the number of active advertisers have increased slightly in favor of iOS system in the first half of this year in comparison with the same period of 2020. So also the number of active creators, on the other hand, have increased by 13% in favor of Android. You see, so the system of Android system comparing the same period. Also, this kind of scale of a diagram of different game types and the average creators by each game type, we can see that casual games, arcade games, and puzzle games are the most heavily advertised game genres, but RPG advertising ranked top for the total number of creative used. And SLG also is the heaviest individual advertiser with 960 actually ad creatives per advertiser on average in the first half of this year. But actually, SLGs were also on the top of this kind of metric also in the previous year. So it looks like usually SLG advertise more creative, or they have to advertise more creative than any other game genre. So if we talk more about the trends of ad costs, we can highlight that average CPC was almost to $2 up, and it's up by 128% compared to the actually to the second half of the previous year. And CPM average at $14.7, up by 128%. And average CTR was 1.7, 1.8, and up by 80%. So we see the increasing trend of this half in comparison with the second half of previous year. This is the slide where we just would like to highlight the most important steps that affect the cost of mobile game media buying. And we really think we can ensure that the well-done creative can make the good profits. And then, of course, goes the audience, budget, and campaign structure. Yeah, also, this is the info about the average number of creatives on different product lifecycle stages. Again, these data based on the period of the first half of 2021. So, and further on, we're going to go and observe the mobile games media buying in the top countries like US, China, and Russia. Yeah, and we're going to start with US. Actually, as you well know, that the US is the largest economy and the second largest mobile market in the world. So with the highest penetration of mobile devices, the market ranks the third in total mobile device amount worldwide. So major casual game markets, hyper casual games are very popular among US players. And you can also see the statistics for this for the first half of 2021. You can see the top numbers of active advertisers and the active creatives and the top advertising genres like casual, arcade, and puzzle, and also the top 3 genres by creative. So if we're going to go through a little bit deeper into the US market and talk more about mobile game media buying, we can highlight that the number of monthly active advertisers stabilizes at the level of 11.7 thousand. Ad creatives had been growing since last year before peaking in this April and then went down slightly. You see again the summer season. So, and the top 10 mobile game advertisers in US. So, Casino Games and SLG advertise the most in these markets, and leading products are from China actually. And these are the top 10 ones. So about popular creatives for casual games, we're going to talk a little bit more about this iDog. This is kind of video creative. You can see on the right side, you can see all the metrics and analytics you can get from SocialPeta spy platform. Yeah, you can see like the network, the dimension, the duration, the number of impression, popularity. Well, actually, iDog is a simulation idle game by Home from China. It begins with 1-2 second pressure relief content to attract users, and that's one we can watch. Yeah, pretty nice interactive. Anyway, so we're gonna jump into the China. So China, you know, the world's largest mobile market with 800,000, almost 900,000 million smartphone users in the previous year in 2020. The total revenue of mobile market in China was higher, a little bit higher than 200,000 billion RMBs in 2020, up by 30 to 33% actually. And so the Chinese developers perform well in the global mobile markets, with the total overseas revenue reaching 15.5 billion US dollars. So this is pretty much. And you also can see the statistic for this first half of this year, the number of total active advertising and active creatives, and also the top genres by advertiser and by creative. So those are like puzzle, casual, RPG, simulation, and SLG. So we're gonna go again through mobile China mobile game media buying. You can see that the number of monthly creative stabilizes at 2.1 million in 2021 first half. It was like January, February, and in March, also in April. But we can see that the peak was yes again in January and February, and slight decrease after closer to the summer period. But again, if you compare these statistics to US one, you can see that this decrease is less than what US market had. So if we talk about the top advertisers, they are mainly casual games and money-making games. So these are the top game advertisers for this first half of this year. Yeah, so money making. Still, actually, this is the different one. What if we compare this statistic to the previous year? China market didn't have any money making games in the top 10 actually. So this is the new trend. So and Three Kingdoms, as you may see, is a strategy game themed with Chinese history. It was released by a game developer that belongs to Alibaba and a Chinese tech giant. We all know that. So many MMO game developers in China invite celebrities or KOLs like for promotion. So we can also jump into the video. Before that, I can tell you that all of these statistics you can see on SocialPeta, where we have not only the global networks, but also the China networks, lots of them, about 40. Also, we do have the Korean and Japanese local network as well. So we're going to go through. 吴宇森告诉你东西方战争的差别之处。
西方的观众很喜欢我拍的那种孤胆英雄，因为他们崇尚个人的英雄主义。当我给他们讲三国志战略版的时候，他们就很不懂为什么这个游戏那么注重集体的力量，这个就是东方战争的高明之处。几千个玩家配合在一起，盾兵在前，枪兵在后，这个基础的攻防战术就行。如果你想再配合其他的兵种，甚至可以实行八卦阵，集体配合取强护短，这是我们东方战争的强大之处。吴宇森监制《三国志战略版》，真实东方战争大作。
Another nice one. So, and we jump into the Mother Russia. So, as the largest country in the central part of Eastern Europe and one of the largest mobile markets in Europe, Middle East and Africa, also Russia, I would say, boasts a large mobile user base and still growing actually, with encouraging return prospects actually. So almost half the population of Russia plays games. So spending $1.7, $1.8 billion on games each year, actually. And also you can see the statistics of this year for the first half, like the total number of active advertisers and ad creatives, but still less than, for instance, if we compare it with China and US, that is pretty obvious, but still okay and still growing. And also the top advertising genres, which are casual, puzzle, arcade, and also by genre, by creative for top three genres are, again, puzzle, casual, and simulation. So media buying peaked in April in Russia. Monthly creatives peaked at 3 million, even a little bit more than that, and advertisers at 4.8, I would say 5K of active advertisers. And then we can also see the slight decrease starting at the summer season again. So this kind of a trend you can see starting for the previous 12 months. So we can see the peak on March and April. So the top 10 mobile game advertisers for the first half of this year, we can see casual sports, which is actually different from what we've seen before. And games with more casual features will advertise more compared with late 2020. So I would say, even though the casual games were pretty much important for the markets in the 2020, this year they are even more important for the market. But we also can see a casual sport and also some idle games as well. So if we talk about the top popular creatives for Match 3 games, of course, it's Gardenscapes. What else? Gardenscapes was, as we all know, developed by Playrix, famous Russian company with a lot of stuff. Like Playrix games like Gardenscapes and Hobscapes are popular around the world, and daily active users reaching 30 million. But also should be highlighted that creatives show so-called fake gameplay, I would say, and we can watch it through. Actually, this topic I am not that smart enough. Please help me, support me with the easy things. Prevailed in all the creatives or for Gardenscapes or Homescapes, and all other advertisers started to do the same. So we're going to see further on. So media buying insights and popular ad creatives of the 3 very popular games, guys, for the first half of this year again. So we're gonna start with what? Of course, with PUBG Mobile from Tencent Mobile International Limited. So they achieved an annual revenue of almost $3 billion in 2020, with its global total revenue topping $5.2 billion. So they have a duration of advertising for their creatives over 1,000 days. Nearly, they have created and published 8,000 ad creatives, and they use 12 popular networks worldwide covered, actually. So iOS players in China have spent $2.8 billion on PUBG Mobile. It has earned $2.3 billion in overseas markets, including the US, and its largest overseas market that contributed 12 almost 13% of their total revenue. And Japan, the second largest, 4.8. So you can see like 3 times higher US have brought to PUBG Mobile than the second market, which is Japan, actually. So yeah, this is the slide where we have statistics of the spendings. So not a heavy spend actually, yet still in pace with new updates. So these flags, they show us the release of new update versions of PUBG Mobile, and you can see that they prefer to boost their advertising campaigns right after the release. We can see the slight boost after the first version and the very high boost after the second one, and nothing after the third. So this is kind of a strategy they have used in this in the first half of this year. So, and about their creatives, we're gonna see that the creatives are well made. They're mostly covering the game events and in-game events, and we can jump into watching them. Yeah, and also you can see the data about all of these creatives you can find on our platform. Okay, so colorful and attractive. Next one. I would rather call this one as an action one. And the third one, guys, my favorite actually. It refers to some jokes, you know.
I want to go. Thing stronger. Something with a longer range. All right. But I want something small, powerful, and easy to use. Sure. But I was referring to something else that's small, powerful, and easy to use.
Nice. Okay. So the other project is Makeover. Sorry, Project Makeover. So it's made by Bubblegum Games. So I would rather say that overseas revenue about for these projects ranks first in the match-3 games in China. It's one of the top 10 free games in App Store Russian market as well. And they have the data promotion over 400 days. And they have published 11,000 ad creatives covering 10 most popular networks worldwide. So actually, it was released worldwide in November 2020, so not so long ago, but yet again, already very popular. So on the best new apps list in over 100 countries in Apple App Store and Google Play in its first week, actually. Yeah, so talk about the media buying of this casual game. So I would rather say that media buying focused in late January and mid-March, and daily creatives in February. The top one was about 2.5 thousand, and you can see that. Yeah, yes, this is the data about the Facebook networks. Yeah, the top creatives for this project Makeover. It's an attempt to be pre-tier ends up a failure. So again, this topic like gardenscapes or hardscapes, but still the topic is a little bit different. So here we have like still some kind of occasions you have during your life, like back to school, a date, or a day on the beach. So you have to prepare your person or yourself for this occasion. So we can again check it out. Thank you very much. Well, actually, I like the way she looked. It's pretty modern. I don't know what happened to the guy. Yeah, so funny things. We go further. And yes, the Genshin Impact by MiHoYo. So a Chinese mobile game with I would say 100 million RMBs development investment and 200 million RMBs marketing promotion. This is a lot, and yeah, we're gonna talk about it, of course. So this is a true phenomenon that's whose mobile revenue hit nearly 1 billion US dollars. Total ad duration is over 200 days, with over 8,000 creatives covering 10 networks worldwide. So overseas revenue remained top one for consecutive months among Chinese mobile games that go global. So with its various games, including Genshin Impact, MiHoYo Limited vaulted into the second place in revenue among game publishers worldwide in total. You see, yeah, if I had this kind of budget, why not? So, yeah, about the Genshin Impact popular mobile RPG, and this is the scale of of the creatives and in the different networks, which actually almost refers to Facebook. So the creatives significantly increased in early January and late February and the entire April and May with a daily average of around 500. So similarly, Facebook networks, it's major channel, it's major network, sorry. Yeah, and talking to the most interesting thing about the most popular creatives of Genshin Impact. A few words, just high quality creatives ensures high popularity and covering the gameplay, not the fake one, but the real one. So we're going to go through them.
As the fight begins, first use Zhongli's elemental skill to summon a stone steel and draw enemies near it, creating the ideal environment for dealing damage. Then, alternate normal and charged attacks, stringing together attacks to deal enormous damage. When energy is full, unleash an elemental burst and coordinate your party's attacks to wipe out the enemy.
So guys, yes, I think you have mentioned that these three different creatives, they show different cases. First one shows the profile of popular character. The second one is the simplest showcase of the open world, its beauty. And also the last one is an archery combat, attract players with the combos of the same class. So if they do like to fight in a distance, that could be a nice one to start. And a few words about the trends and predictions. So the gaming market, from our point of view, that the gaming market will continue to benefit from COVID-19 in 2021, yet more competitors will make the competition even fiercer than before. Second one, as the short video apps thrive, KOLs are now a large traffic pool that attract all mobile games to hire them for promotion. So this could be also a trend. The next one is the various mid-core and hardcore games will make ad creatives more casual in style to appeal more players, to be like more competitive. Also, the progress in globalization and the prosperous gaming market indicate that mobile games will be a globalized product for sure. For example, we see that in China, local game developers have achieved high revenues after launching their games overseas. And well-made ad creatives will help pave a better way to achieve global presence. So this is just a case for those who want to enter the global market. If you're still not, please go ahead. Yeah, and again, a few words about the SocialPeta. The most interesting part of today's presentation, we're going to go through some words about our spy marketing platform as a service, and that lets you delve into competitors' ad data. So yeah, we're gonna you can get inspiration for 1 billion of ad creative that SocialPeta covers. We also cover 66 countries and regions, 70 mainstream networks like Unity, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok, also the Pangle of TikTok, with hundreds of millions of creative materials. The latest materials updated in real time, and we offer you banned ad creatives. What else? I would like to highlight that we worked for 6 years so far, and we do collect all the creatives since then, and we cover lots of networks like globally. Also, we cover Japanese, we cover Koreans, which cover a lot of Chinese networks as well. So what you can get from SocialPeta, you can get creative inspiration, analyze competitor strategies, search for new apps, get latest market updates, seek for business opportunities, and find investment opportunities. And why SocialPeta? Why you have to choose us or anyone else? We have over 1 billion of ad data. We cover more than 5 million advertisers. We have a multi-dimensional in-depth advertiser analysis. We have an exclusive data intelligence. We have more than 80 networks in 62 countries and languages. And so also we have millions of data daily updated in real time. So yes, and finally, guys, just not to take more of your time about the network. So you can see like the global networks we do have on our platform, plus Korean and Japanese ones. On the next slide, you will see all the Chinese networks we do cover. So you can see this is a lot. You can also always refer to our competitors, to our intelligence and our expertise on China market if you do want to promote your product on Chinese market. So also this is the other part where we do present all of our partners and clients. So not all of them, but I would say those who have not that big logo that we have managed to put into this slide. So thank you all and all others. And of course, the last one, thank you for all for watching. Again, if you do want to see this presentation, you can refer to the organizers, to the VinHub conference. And thank you for watching and listening. Hope to see you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sergey. Thank you. You were really prepared, as I can see, you know.
I hope so.
Cool. You were doing great. I have a couple questions for you.
Sure.
So you were telling about different markets. Maybe you can highlight for us which type of games is most popular across different markets.
Sure. Well, if we talk about the US market, we can say that casual games and also money-making games were pretty popular. Well, now casual and hyper-casual, but also at the beginning of the year and the end of last year, also the money-making games were pretty popular. If we talk about China, we can say this is the money-making for this half of the year, and also some casual ones and mid-core as well. But if we talk about Russia, I would say that's casual, hyper-casual, also puzzles, arcade games, and of course, I would rather say action games are pretty much popular in CIS region.
But aren't those games most competitive when it comes to the UA, for example?
To whom? To you, UA?
Well, yeah, when you will try to acquire users, and let's say you have a puzzle games, you have to compete with companies like Playrix, for example. I mean,
Sure.
do you really wanna?
Sure, you have to compete, but and you have to keep in mind that the budget of Playrix or any other big company is much bigger than yours if you're a small or middle-sized company. But again, we all do think that creative can make sense. So if you make a really nice creative and you structure your marketing campaign and your audience precisely and good enough, so you can get as much downloads and installs as you can. So it always refers to your knowledge and your experience and your tests as well. So for this kind of tests, you can use as well our platform.
Okay, thank you. One more question before we finish. To sum it up, in your opinion, in the process of media buying, which step has the most direct impact on the advertising effect and why?
Yeah, so we all in SocialPeta really think that creatives are the most important things. Because, you know, when you creative is what's your promising client sees at first sight. So this is the picture or the image of your product that you want to promote. So that's why it's highly important to make it as better as possible, as more attractive as possible. And I cannot judge Gardenscapes for sure for making, or any other product for making some fake creatives. Not my responsibility, but I would rather say that I prefer real gameplay creatives rather than the fake ones, because once I actually downloaded the game with because I really liked the creative, but actually when I downloaded and started to play, it was absolutely different gameplay besides of what I have seen on the creative. So I was a little bit sad about it. I've played for maybe 10 minutes and then
Well,
uninstalled
it's a whole story with these misleads. Come
Yeah.
on, that developers have to implement those fake gameplays to their games, you know, to get approval and stuff. And then there are other developers who make games out of these fake gameplays, you know, and then make money. So it's a different like direction for game developers. But also, speaking of like Gardenscapes and stuff, I know that Playrix puts a lot of resources in creating creatives. They have like special teams of several people that are working on, you know, some kind of creative. So it's I think it's a new trend probably to invest a lot in game creatives, and many people now believe and agree with you that it's one of the most important thing that, you know, impacts the advertising.
Yeah, we in SocialPeta really want to push this idea to everyone. That's it really your efficiency really depends on the creatives you show.
Okay. I think you are doing just great, and more people understand this.
Thank you, Julia. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sergey, for your presentation. We'll be happy to have you on the WN Hub IO for some online networking, or next week in St. Petersburg for
I'll be there. I'll be there actually.
Oh, cool. Then I'll see you there.
I'll see you there.
Have a nice day.
And you too. Thank you.